I'm just sitting here watching the world go round and round. All right, y'all, today I'm out feeding the hay to the sheep real quick here. This is some alfalfa hay right here. It's got a little mix in there, but there's mostly alfalfa. But I want to talk to you guys about the patterns. There's some patterns happening, and if you guys aren't paying attention, you're going to miss it, and you're going to get caught flat-footed. So let me feed these guys real quick. The sun's out today. It's a nice change for the sun. We've had doom and gloom weather. We got a couple good days here, so everyone's outside taking full advantage of it. I love living this lifestyle. All right, I got the sheep all fed. I wanted to come inside to give you guys this information that I've been putting together. I've been noticing some patterns, and if you guys notice these patterns as well, leave them down in the comments below. And if you haven't noticed them, maybe this video will get you going a little bit so you can be prepared and not scared. So today what I want to do is bring your attention to 2019. If you guys remember in 2019, some of you might not know, a lot of you might, but in 2019, the whole globe was in protest. One reporter wrote in 2019, people in more countries are using people power than any other time in recorded history. A pronounced shift in the global landscape of dissent. So that was in 2019. Now, if you guys remember in 2019, what else happened? That's when COVID started, okay? And then all magically and mysteriously, all protests squashed down to a big fat nothing. Global protests. All right, I want you guys to go look at this information yourselves. It's freely available anywhere on the internet, and you can trust my information, but please verify it, okay? So some of the places that were under protest in 2019 were Paris, La Paz to Prague to Port-au-Prince, Beirut to Bogota and Berlin, Catalonia and Cairo, and in Hong Kong and Hadar, Santiago, Sydney, Quito, San Quinto, Jakarta, Tehran, Algiers, Baghdad, Budapest, Israel, London, New Delhi, and Manila, even Moscow, were all under heavy protest from what the government was doing in those countries. And you guys, please go look that stuff up, okay? Now, why am I talking about 2019? Well, I just want to present to you guys the pattern that I'm seeing. And I don't know if this is going to be legit or not, but this is just one man's opinion, okay? Right now, all across the globe, we have protests again, okay, from government policies affecting farming. If you guys are paying attention, France, Europe, Belgium, Germany, the Dutch, and now we have 70,000 truckers on their way to the southern border, again, protesting some of the things that the government, in this case, is not doing. All right, so we have all this protest going on nationwide, and we also have a fever of protests kind of bubbling, okay, if you will, with all the injustices, the two-tiered legal system, the immigrants coming across our border free willy-nilly. People have pretty much had enough, right? And they're just ignoring the actual people, and they're just going ahead with their agenda, full steam ahead, in case you haven't noticed. All right, so that's what I want you guys to realize is what happened in 2019 when there was a ton of protests going on and the governments were getting scared versus what's going on in 2024 where we're having a ton of protests and the governments are getting scared. Plus, it's an election year in America, and Donald Trump is looking like he is going to win. And if you believe this stuff, maybe he's not a globalist and it's going to monkey wrench their whole stuff. He did take us out of the Paris Accord, the first thing he did when he got into office last time, which monkey wrenched their stuff. So I don't know about any of that stuff. All I know is they see him as a problem to advance their global agenda, period. Where any of that other stuff falls, I could care less. He's not my superhero. But we also have at this moment the virus X. Everyone's been talking about it. It's the new flu, supposed to be super deadly. And this thing is kind of getting on the radar. They've had a couple of other Omicrons and whatever pop out, right? But this one's been real serious, and they've been talking about a lot, okay? And not only are they talking about the virus X, but they're also talking about China's hackers are preparing to wreak havoc and cause real-world harm to Americans, says the FBI director. The hackers are preparing to wreak havoc and cause real-world harm to Americans. FBI Director Christopher Wray will warn in congressional testimony submitted on Wednesday. What's today? Wednesday. Cue the tape.
The CCP's dangerous actions, China's multi-pronged assault on our national and economic security, make it the defining threat of our generation. Now, when I described the CCP as a threat to American safety a moment ago, I meant that quite literally. There has been far too little public focus on the fact that PRC hackers are targeting our critical infrastructure, our water treatment plants, our electrical grid, our oil and natural gas pipelines, our transportation systems, and the risk that poses to every American requires our attention now. China's hackers are positioning on American infrastructure in preparation to wreak havoc and cause real-world harm to American citizens and communities if and when China decides the time has come to strike.
You guys picking up what I'm putting down? Make sure you have your stocks up. Make sure you're learning how to take care of yourself. Make sure that you're checking in, on your neighbor maybe. You got to start developing some of those community bonds. Some of y'all maybe have sitting inside of your house for all these years and never really even talked to your neighbors. Now might be a good time to start getting some of those bonds together, right? Because just imagine if there is mass power outages. Just imagine that. If they say, oh my gosh, China actually pulled it off and hacked the electrical grid. And let's say the stores started closing down and there's no refrigerators, there's no air conditioning, there's no heaters. Just think about that for a second and what that would do to society. Seriously. And they're already projecting it. They're already telling you to look out. This is some serious stuff. In the election year, as our borders are wide open, as no one's taken any accountability for anything. In the last video I said that we're about to suffer some consequences for not having any consequences. Leave a comment down below if this was on your radar. Share this video with your friends so they can be more prepared. Okay? 2024 is going to be a wild ride. If you want to join our university, you didn't know about that one. Doug and Stacy have started the Off-Grid Homestead University. It's our own private servers, our own private stuff where we can talk about vaccines, health and nutrition. We can talk about growing food. We can show you butchering animals up close and personal. We can give you the whole full meal deal. Okay? University.offgridwithdoulandstacy.com to sign up. And there we're going to create a community that is eager to learn and actually want to implement what they're learning to improve the conditions in which they find themselves in today. Okay, because that's Stacy and I's goals. We're teachers. We want to help teach you guys all the stuff that we've learned in our 15 years of living off grid like the Amish, and to prepare you for maybe some challenging times that are coming your way. Okay? We'll see you guys on the next video. Share the video with your friends and leave a comment down below if you've heard about this. Did you even know that they were in Congress today, Wednesday, the 31st, talking about cyber attacks? There's actually been some cyber attacks that have been pretty heavy duty that they've been thwarting. And do you actually believe that China is the big bad enemy? Or do you think that our two governments work with each other all the time? I mean, heck, 99% of all of our goods come from there. Do you think that we're just strangers to them and we don't talk to them and we're beating our war chest drums? Or do you think that they're all in on it and they talk to each other and they're going to create this as a false flag event to squash the dissent? Leave it down in the comments and we'll see you later.